views and opinions expressed in the following show do not necessarily represent those of this station or its sponsors.
Getting your work week started right by stretching out your vagina holes with the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com.
Am I the meanest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the prettiest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Alien Stone.
But who am I?
Alien Stone.
Who am I?
Alien Stone.
I can't hear you.
Alien Stone.
Shogun of Harlem.
All right, good morning, everybody. It is time for the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. I am your host, Alien Stone, all up in your face from outer space, broadcasting from the other side of planet Chaos and the dark side of the moon and everything else you can think of. I don't know. Having a good time this morning already. Well, I was rushing and going crazy because I actually was going to, quote-unquote, take a break last night while preparing for the show. Take a break. In quote, air quotes I'm doing. And I sat down and I woke up an hour before the show. What can I tell you? That was my break. So I had to rush around really quick, get everything ready, had to get the news ready, the sports ready, all my shows, all my talking points. I had to come up with a What the Florida really fast, which I got one. Oh man, I ended up with a lot of things to talk about today. So we're gonna have a good time. We're going to talk about some reboots of a couple of old-time television shows. One-time reboots. That's interesting. I've never heard that before, but okay. We're also going to talk about the television shows of 2019 that are going to be renewed, canceled, and the ones that are in danger. So we'll go over some of those, and there are some on there that, I'm like, man, you've been around a long time. Hate to see you go. Which one is it that's been around a really, really long time and have self-decided to self-terminate? That's right, not being canceled. They've decided, hey, we've gone far enough and we have decided to walk away from the show. Talk about that. And a stiff breeze. A stiff breeze. I'm going to let you stew on that for a little bit. And we will talk about that. What the Florida on the way. People who live in glass houses. Well, we just got the perfect prom date also. This is all on the way. As well as plenty of music for your vagina holes, which I'm going to get to momentarily. But we always start the show the same way, with this day in history. So let's get on it, shall we?
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
Let's take a look at this day in history.
April 22nd, 1994. In New York, former President Richard Nixon dies at age 81, just days after suffering a stroke.
Others may hate you, but those who hate you don't win unless you hate them. And then you destroy yourself.
Nixon pursued Cold War détente and wound down America's military role in the Vietnam War. But he became the only president to resign when the Watergate scandal forced him from office. 2000.
We were on the phone with them negotiating. They put us on hold, and while we were on hold, they banged on the door. They broke everything in.
During a pre-dawn raid, federal agents in Miami seize Elian Gonzalez from his relative's home. The Cuban boy is later reunited with his father, and both of them return to Cuba. 1889, the Oklahoma land rush begins at noon as thousands of homesteaders rush to stake claims to land in what is now the state of Oklahoma. 1970, millions of Americans concerned about the environment observe the first Earth Day. The demonstration becomes an annual event that's now observed around the world. And 1937...
Get out of my way, son. You're using my oxygen, you know what I mean?
Actor Jack Nicholson is born in Neptune, New Jersey. Among his movie roles, Chinatown, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, The Shining, Terms of Endearment, and As Good as It Gets. Today in History, April 22nd.
When you're strange, faces come out of the rain. When you're strange, no one remembers your name. When you're strange, when you're strange, when you're strange. Alright, yeah.
got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your Vajir holes. You have been beamed aboard and are now inside the mothership for the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Can you feel it?
All right, everybody, welcome back to the program. It's the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. Man, that was an awesome instrumental, wasn't it? That's by a band called the Kenny Hill Group. Fantastic band. Big things are happening for them right now as well. I believe that they just signed up for some kind of a tour in Europe, I believe, and they're right from here. They've been on the show live. I have a live version of that song, as a matter of fact, someplace on the hard drive. They performed live here on the show. The tune was called Johnny Sacco and His Flying Robot. No, that's not just a clever name. Do you remember the show? Johnny Sacco and the Flying Robot? Oh, my God. When I was a kid, the show was awesome. I loved the show. Then we ordered, as an adult, I ordered it on DVD, the complete series. Put it in the DVD player, press play. As an adult, the show was completely and totally unwatchable. Completely unwatchable. I mean, everything that you were willing to accept as a kid, you're an adult going, no, come on now. I mean, is that even makeup, or did somebody just eat a bunch of chewing gum, spit it out, and stick it on the guy's forehead? Is that what they did? I'm just wondering. But the song, Johnny Sacco and His Flying Robot, by the Kenny Hill Group, fantastic song. Hope you enjoyed that. And yes, I know for all my friends over at UG Media, I know I keep saying that I'm going to set up this Dropbox with all these cool tunes in it and everything and send you a link, and I keep meaning to do it. You know, I'm not going to offer you an excuse. I just said I keep meaning to do it. There's there's nothing after that other than I just didn't do it. I got no excuse. I'm going to tell you. I'll get on that. But anyway, this hour is being brought to you by Ashley's of Westland. Come on into Ashley's on April 24th and help cast your vote to crown yet another brewery throwdown champion. It started with 16 breweries fighting for your vote to see who would move on in the March Madness style bracket. This week's two breweries, Rockford and Dragon Mead, will be going head-to-head to see who can clinch their spot in the semifinals. And on 5/22, the winner of this one will go up against Batch Brewing to see who's going to be the ultimate grand champion. Each beer that they sell from 5 to 11 will count towards their brewery's total, and at the end of the night, they'll tally them up and declare a winner to move on. Just remember that with good beer, everybody wins at Ashley's. That's Ashley's of Westland, Michigan's premier multi-tap. So anyway, what am I supposed to be talking about here? Oh, we're talking about this. You're going to love this. Let me click over here so you can see this picture that I'm about to pull up. For those of you that are watching live on Facebook.com and YouTube.com, that's right, we broadcast on those live as well as AlienXRadio.com. Now, look at that. We got a picture here. You see a picture and a picture is what it is, a picture in a picture. You see Woody Harrelson, and then to his right, you see a picture of, I believe his name is Carol O'Connor. Carol O'Connor. Anyway, he played Archie Bunker on All in the Family. Now, what I'm being told, what I'm learning now, is that there is a reboot of the show in the works, or not necessarily in the works. Let me see if I can find the actual, I actually have a story on this so that I can give you actual details and be correct in what I'm saying. ABC taps Woody Harrelson, Jamie Foxx, and more stars to recreate episodes of All in the Family and The Jeffersons. Shut up. I watched both of these shows. I loved these shows. Other shows that I watched at the same time was Sanford and Son, Good Times. These are all shows that I put into the same genre as in when they came out. You know, they were played pretty much close together in the same time frame. And yeah, I watched all of these shows. Loved them all. If the phrase Woody Harrelson as Archie Bunker is at all up your alley, you've come to the right place. ABC is, they're staging a one-night-only revival of two iconic Norm Lear sitcoms, All in the Family and The Jeffersons. So it's going to be a one night only, and it's going to be live? Now, is this going to be two separate shows, or are they going to be connected the way they actually were? See, most people don't realize that. In All the Family, remember, his neighbor was George Jefferson before he moved on up. He lived next to Archie Bunker. Then when George Jefferson, he started up his dry cleaning business and started making money, then he got rich. He moved out of that neighborhood and then moved on up, and that's when they started the spinoff show, The Jeffersons. People don't realize that. Think, people, think. It's a cookbook. No, I'm kidding. Airing Wednesday, May 22nd. That's when it's coming up, so watch out for that. It's a 90-minute live event. It stars Woody Harrelson and Marissa Tomei. Marissa Tomei is going to be Edith Bunker. Yes. And in the Jeffersons portion, it's going to be Jamie Foxx playing the part of George Jefferson, and Wanda Sykes is going to be Louise Jefferson. This is going to be exciting. I actually want to see this. Usually whenever there's a reboot, I'm always like, boo, boo. I don't want to see that. That's going to be trash. It's going to be garbage. We've done this. Nobody could do it better. The fact that it's going to be a one-night-only thing, it's not a rebooting the whole series. It's not, that's interesting to me. The people that they have lined up to do this, honestly, the one I'm most excited about is Jamie Foxx, because I believe that pretty much Jamie Foxx is like, if you were to go to a store and buy emergency rations, you buy a little thing of Jamie Foxx, okay? And Jamie Foxx is the most versatile. Like, whatever you want to do, you just add lighting and a camera and sound, boom, to Jamie Foxx, and you've got success. Okay, that's all I'm telling you. Jamie Foxx is the complete and total dangerous package. He does everything. So he's hilarious. He's serious. He can do everything. I think he would do a great job. Now, is he going to pay homage to the character and actually play him? Is he going to walk with his fist behind him? You know what I'm saying? Is he going to do all that? Because I hope so. Because it's a one-night thing, they should really pay homage. Now, here's my fear, though. You all know that All in the Family and the Jeffersons were both sides of the racist coin. They were both sides of the racist coin. Because there's no question about it. There's no question about it that the character of Archie Bunker was bigoted. Big time. Okay? That being said, so was George Jefferson. They were both bigoted on the other side of the coin. So in today's world, are you going to be able to do a true reboot, a true rendition of these two shows without melting all the snowflakes out there? Is this something that's possible? I have no idea if this can even be done. I'm excited. Either way, if it offends people, I'm excited. If it offends me, I'm excited. If it's totally lame, I'm still excited to find out that it was totally lame. Just saying. I don't know. Maybe I'm a monster. Monster by Nikki Taylor on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
but you never win. There's no retreat, no giving in. You try, but you're gonna fail. To the king is crowned. You try, but you never win. There's no retreat, no giving in. No time, but you're gonna fail. To the king is crowned. You try, but you never win. There's no retreat, no giving in. No time, but you're gonna fail. Let the king is crowned.
Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919.
Less commercials, definitely.
Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Awesome.
I love that. I got to move that particular drop to a different spot in the show because it goes, man, you play less commercials. And I play that right before we go into a commercial break. It's time to take a short break. We'll be back with the second half of the first hour of the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space and some upcoming news. Could it be that we're spreading like an infection to the other side of the planet here on the attack? I'll let you know at some point during the show. An official announcement? Let's find out. All that when we return. Wait a minute. What else is coming up? The 2019 TV shows that have been renewed, canceled, and the ones that are in danger. And we're going to talk about ghosts, UFOs, and mythical creatures. All that on the other side of this. Go nowhere. It's the attack.
And now your weekly news update from NPR.
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
I've always listened to it.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Corva Coleman. Sri Lankan officials say at least 290 people are dead from Sunday's suicide bomb attacks in that country. More than 500 others are hurt in the attacks against churches, hotels, and other sites. NPR's Lauren Freyer reports authorities blame a local group of religious extremists.
Sri Lankan President Maithripala Sirisena is convening a meeting of the National Security Council. Officials say they'll discuss whether to declare a state of emergency. Earlier, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe said he's worried the attacks will lead to political instability nearly 10 years to the day since the end of Sri Lanka's civil war. He's also called for an investigation into a possible intelligence warning that was not raised to the highest levels of power. Meanwhile, a nighttime curfew has been lifted, but streets of the capital, Colombo, are mostly deserted, except for soldiers and police. Schools and offices are closed for 2 days. The UN Secretary General is among the latest to send his condolences. Lauren Freyer, NPR News, Mumbai.
Meanwhile, the U.S. State Department is issuing a travel warning for Sri Lanka. The agency cautions terror groups continue to plot possible assaults in that country and may attack with little or no warning. House Democrats will meet today to discuss their next steps in response to Special Counsel Robert Mueller's redacted report. As NPR's Jen Newman tells us, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is calling for the rest of the document to be made available to Congress.
Pelosi will convene House Democrats for a conference call later today to discuss the Russia investigation report, which she calls a grave matter. The chairman of the House Judiciary Committee has issued a subpoena for the full unredacted document, a move that the Justice Department calls premature and unnecessary.
NPR's Jen Newman. A New Mexico man who heads a militia and has been recorded detaining migrants at the border is to appear today in federal court. NPR's Amy Held reports the FBI arrested him over the weekend on charges of being a felon in possession of firearms.
69-year-old Larry Mitchell Hopkins, who also goes by the name Johnny Horton Jr., leads United Constitutional Patriots. Video shows group members detaining hundreds of migrants, including children, in the dark of night on the U.S. side of the border. The group's stated goal is to uphold the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. But critics, including the ACLU, say vigilantes have no authority to detain asylum seekers. President Trump has warned of an influx of migrants coming up from Central America, calling it a, quote, invasion. And for months, groups and individuals have taken up arms to patrol the border. But now Customs and Border Protection and the New Mexico governor are saying private groups should not be taking enforcement into their own hands. Amy Held, NPR News.
The U.S. Geological Survey says a strong earthquake shook the central Philippines today. Its epicenter was about 62 miles northwest of the capital, Manila. Buildings swayed there. You're listening to NPR News.
Ashley's of Westland, the best for food, friends, and entertainment. Stop in on Mondays for $5 burgers, Tuesdays for $3 pints and trivia, Wednesdays for $5 pizza, and don't forget to stop by on Saturday nights to visit our own DJ Wild Bill and Sporko Live. Order delivery online with Grubhub and Uber Eats at Ashley's.com. Ashley's of Westland is located at 7525 Wayne Road in Westland, Michigan. Ashley's of Westland, Michigan's premier multi-tap.
Captain, I'm picking up a strange anomaly.
Mr. Tukok, what is it? It appears to be a primitive form of communication that is traveling through space, Captain.
Captain, I've traced the source of the transmission.
On screen. Damn it, Jim. That's Earth.
Captain, a signal's coming in.
On speaker.
The John LeVang Show is on every Saturday and Sunday at 8 p.m. right here on Alien X Radio.
Fascinating. I told you not to mess with the space-time continuum.
You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. Here we go! Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com. Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your Vajir holes. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
The house is now on fire.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Once again, you are tuned to the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. I am your host, Alien Stone, all up in your face from outer space, broadcasting from the other side of planet chaos. Gravitational plates are gravitating, the inertia canceller is canceling, and the deflector array still making up bullcrap stories. The way it always does. So the deflector array does. Anyway, we got more music for the Vajir holes on the way, but right now I'm going to talk to you about this. We love our television shows. I know if people out there right now are going,
I don't watch TV. I don't watch TV.
Well, then you're like 5 people out there, okay? Because most people watch TV. Just saying, most people do, in fact, watch TV. So, what we're going to talk about right now is the 2019 shows that are going to be renewed, the ones that are going to be canceled, and the ones that are in danger. Danger, Will Robinson, danger of being canceled. Let's go ahead and get right to some of these. And one of them, I'm telling you right now, man, the show's been on for a very long time. And it's not even being canceled, but it's going to stop. It's not being canceled. It's going to be stopped because the people on the show themselves have decided, you know, we're done with this. I think we're done. Yeah, we're done. So you must know that you've done everything that you can do on a show when you are ready to, you know, fire yourself. Okay, you know what I mean? I mean, it's crazy. But anyway, starting things off with the first one here that's being renewed is The Connors. It's being renewed. I watched the first few episodes of The Connors. I thought it was very forced, very lame. There were a lot of things that were put in there, specifically, obviously, to make certain political groups happy, certain social groups happy, that didn't fit into the narrative of the show, really. It didn't make sense. Nothing offends me about the show whatsoever. Nothing in it offends me. It just seems like it's only there for social reasons. It's not there to be entertainment anymore. So I don't understand it. So I don't watch it myself. But it doesn't matter if I watch it. It's being renewed. That means people are watching it. So if you like it, Connors are being renewed for you guys. One show that's been going on for a long time that I hated at first, loved it now, and it's finally coming to an end is The Big Bang Theory. It is going to be, it's ending. I don't know if it's being canceled, but it's ending. This is not the one that I'm talking about earlier. This is 12 seasons that they've gone. This is the one I'm talking about that they've decided to cancel themselves, is Supernatural. Supernatural has signed on for the 15th season. 15 years this show has been on. Wow. 15 seasons in it. 15 seasons. And, yeah, they've decided, I think we've done all we can do. You have done all you can do. Okay? I mean, you've killed everything from vampires, werewolves, mummies, and whatevers, all the way up through angels, demons, demigods, the sister of God. God himself has been in I mean, what else have you got to do? But, I mean, the show, the WC network says, you know what, you guys can write your own ticket. You could be on here as long as you want. We love you guys. Everybody loves you. And they wrote their own ticket, and then they actually stamped their own ticket. Renewed is Charmed. I don't get this show either. It's a remake of an older show that I didn't like either, so I don't watch either one of them. But it's been renewed. Means people are watching it. So, again, there you go. Grey's Anatomy being renewed again. This show goes on and on and on and on and on. It just keeps coming back like herpes. The Rookie in danger. Danger. It's not being canceled yet, but they are threatening. They're like, hey, man, you got to pick up these ratings because you kind of suck. Now, there's going to be shows on here that I've never even heard of. Like, a renewal is likely for a show called This Is Us. Never heard of it. Moving on. Renewed NCIS again. Just keeps going on and on as well. Modern Family. This is a show I hated. Then I kind of liked, and now I'm kind of starting to hate again. I'm kind of torn between it. It's kind of a weird show. It's ending. It doesn't say it's being canceled, but it's ending after 11 seasons. Timeless, never heard of it, but it is canceled. Sounds like it's a time travel show. You'd think that they would have gone in the future and known this ahead of time. Done something about it. The Good Place, never heard of it. It's being renewed. Also renewed is Riverdale. Obviously, I don't care about Riverdale, so I'm moving right along. I've heard of it, but Brooklyn Nine-Nine, also renewed. We like our comedy police shows, whatever. Arrow is ending. So, there's another one of these /whatever superhero type shows that is like, it's over. We've gone far enough. Law and Order renewed. The SVU, rather. Young Sheldon. So we're getting rid of The Big Bang Theory, but Young Sheldon is going to continue. And it's weird because I'm the opposite. I love Big Bang Theory, but I do not like Young Sheldon. I do not like the show. Jane the Virgin is ending. Let's see, is there anything else good on this list? A lot of these shows I've never heard of. Manifest. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, and of course, this says renewal likely, but I've heard since then that it's already been renewed. Also, one of my favorite shows, and I know that there's some people out there that'd be like, gee, I wonder what that's going to be, Alien Stone. Is it The Walking Dead? Well, yeah, we know The Walking Dead's being renewed. We're not even talking, we're not even worried about that show. We know that one's renewed. I'm talking about Last Man Standing. Love the show, man! Woo! Love Last Man Standing. And yes, it's being renewed. See, you can't kill that show. They tried to kill it for stupid reasons, and it just, somebody else says, nope, we're going to replant you over here. Boom. Came right back. Unfortunately, we lost some actors and stuff because they, contract reasons and things. But Last Man Standing, renewed for another season. Thank goodness. And now some music for your Vajira holes, coming from a band called The Smashed Idols. Alien Song, the name of the song. And you're listening to The Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
You ever wonder what it'd be like if aliens came down from outer space? Well, this is what they'd sing. We've come from a distant rock to see what you monkeys got. We'll watch you for years and years, so cry out your final tears. People of Earth, people of Earth, people of Earth, people of Earth. You're gonna die now.
resistance is futile, but you can struggle if you like.
It's the Attack of the Monday Morning Mancast from outer space.
You got something to say? Say it, bucko. Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the show. We are coming towards the end of hour number 1 of the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. And this portion of the show is being brought to you by Ashley's of Westland. It'll be brought to you by them as soon as I find the read. There it is. Come on in to Ashley's on April 24th and help cast your vote to crown yet another brewery throwdown champion. It started with 16 breweries fighting for your vote to see who would move on in the March Madness style bracket. This week's 2 breweries are Rockford and Dragon Mead. They'll be going head-to-head to see who can clinch their spot in the finals. And then the winner will move on to go against Batch Brewing on 5/22. Each beer that they sell from 5 to 11 will count towards that brewery's total, and at the end of the night, they'll tally them up and declare a winner to move on. Just remember that with good beer, everybody wins at Ashley's. That's Ashley's of Westland, Michigan's premier multi-tap. So, what was I supposed to be talking about here? Oh, I got into a little conversation with somebody, as I always do on Facebook. Okay, I'm not a troll necessarily. I'm not out there looking for a fight. I'm not trying to get into a fight. But if you post something that in my opinion is asking for my opinion, then I'm going to give it to you. And then if you get all offended that I gave you my opinion, then you start getting nasty and stuff, then it becomes a fight. You know what I'm saying? But if you can accept the fact that I have a different opinion and move on, then we're good. You know what I'm saying? You said your part, I said my part, we're done. There's nothing left to talk about, right? I mean, that's the way it should be. And you can definitely see that I am like that most of the time because look at my station at alienxradio.com. I have shows that represent very different sides of all different issues. I mean, you can listen to the John LeBang show, for instance. Now, the John LeBang show, he does 2 different types of show. He does a hugely entertaining show, which is, music and scripted, really awesome, full theatrical releases. And then he also does a lot of political stuff, and he is more on the conservative side, the right-wing side of things. And I've got other shows on there, too. Parson and Slow, they are more on the other side of those same political issues and the same topics. And both of these shows exist on my station. And the reason why that they exist on my station is because I do not believe that I can, and I do not believe anybody else can, formulate an intelligent opinion on your own without having all of the information. Now, some of that information will be incorrect. Some of it will be correct. Some of your information may be incorrect, and some of theirs may be correct. So in order for you to make an opinion, you have to listen to all sides. And that's why I believe that you need to have the right and the left both talking, because the right's going to get some stuff wrong, and the left is going to get some stuff wrong. And by talking and listening to both sides is how you figure out which parts are actually wrong. Then you have to worry about whether or not your ego can stand the hit that you are wrong. So I leave it up to you. I give you both sides and let you make your intelligent decision as you're supposed to on your own, based on listening to every side. Anyway, it has nothing to do with what this is even about. But anyway, I would go on Facebook and I had this discussion with somebody. They show a video of a swing set, and it's got 2 swings, and one of the swings is just swinging back and forth. Swinging, swinging, swinging. Now, it's swinging like all jagged and stuff. It's not like swinging like someone's in it. It's just boom, 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 boom. It's like wobbling all over the place, but it's moving back and forth, and the other swing isn't. And, of course, everybody on there, it's a ghost! It's a ghost! Oh, my God, it's possessed! It's a demon! Those demon little babies swinging back and forth on there playing. Oh, my God, it's a demon, or it's a ghost. It's at least a ghost. A dead child. Oh, my God. Oh, it's so scary. It's supernatural. Calm down. Slow down. Okay? Somebody says, well, it could be the wind. And they're, oh, my God, you're an idiot. You're so stupid it can't be the wind because the other one's not moving. Oh, my God, it cannot possibly be the wind. Okay, well, there's things about currents and stuff, and there could be something off camera that blocks wind from a certain direction. Is this a thin possibility? Sure. But you know what else is a thin possibility? That it's a dead child ghost, okay? So let's just think about all of the possibilities, okay? Don't call somebody an idiot because they are trying to figure out a rational reason for something. Okay? Don't jump past every possible rational reason and jump straight into it's a demon baby. Okay? Slow your roll. Let's examine the evidence first, okay? Now, it's moving kind of jagged and everything. It looks like it's kind of always pulling to one side. So perhaps maybe there's like a fishing string attached to it, and the string is going off camera and someone's pulling it while they're filming. Is it possible? It's possible. Again, this much maybe. Yes, this much. But again, as much as a demon baby? Okay? This is what I'm trying to tell you, people. Look at everything. They come on there, of course. You're an idiot. You're so stupid. That would be an awfully long fishing line. Well, they sell it in like huge long reels. Yeah, it could be very, very long. Okay? I mean, the stuff is long. The angle's not that wide. It's a normal piece of fishing string. I don't know what fishing string you think that people get. Oh, yeah. I buy it by the foot. Yeah, I only need 2 feet of fishing string. Yeah, I'm just going to dangle it off the dock. Come on. All right? Could be all kinds of things. It's not automatically a demon baby. Now, my point to this is what I brought up was this. Lack of evidence one way is not proof the other way. Okay, so because you can't prove that a fishing string is in the shot, because you can't prove it's the wind, there's no evidence that is what's happening because the trees aren't moving and all, whatever. There's no evidence of either of those. That now translates to you saying that there's proof that it's a demon baby swinging back and forth, a ghost, some kind of supernatural thing. That's proof. It's not proof because there's no evidence your way either. What evidence do you have that it's a demon baby? You don't have any. Like I said, slow your roll. When you look up into the sky and you see a flashing light and you don't know what it is, you could say that's a UFO. Why? Because UFO stands for unidentified flying object. It does not automatically mean space aliens. It means it's a flying object. You can't identify it. So you call it an unidentified flying object. It's a UFO. It doesn't automatically mean it's a space alien. So I don't have evidence that it's an airplane. I don't have evidence that it's a helicopter. That means that it's evidence that it's a space alien. Slow your roll. You know what I'm saying? Just chill out. Okay? Bigfoot and the Loch Ness Monster. I have no proof that that's a log floating over there, so it must be, a multi-million-year-old reptile in the loch. Because I can't prove that it's a tree. That's a big jump. Huge jumps, people. Slow your roll. That's all I'm trying to say. And I'm going overtime. Bigfoot? Come on. Taking a short break, pausing the action for station identification. We'll be back with hour number 2 of the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. Ah!
Ashley's of Westland. The best for food, friends, and entertainment. Stop in on Mondays for $5 burgers, Tuesdays for $3 pints and trivia, Wednesdays for $5 pizza, and don't forget to stop by on Saturday nights to visit our own DJ Wild Bill and Sport Go Live. Order delivery online with Grubhub and Uber Eats at Ashley's.com. Ashley's of Westland is located at 7525 Wayne Road in Westland, Michigan. Ashley's of Westland, Michigan's premier multi-tap.
Oh, honey, What a wonderful surprise. A dozen roses and chocolates, a candlelit dinner, and now champagne and strawberries by the fire. You're so romantic.
What do you say we get a little closer?
Igor? That's right. Igor here with the final ingredient for love.
Igor's lube?
Nothing gets things moving and grooving like my lube, and it prevents chafing.
Thanks, Igor.
And don't forget, Igor's lube now comes in cherry, mint, and salmon flavor.
Igor's lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
The views and opinions expressed in the following show do not necessarily represent those of this station or its sponsors.
Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos, directly into your vagir holes, it's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com.
Am I the meanest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the prettiest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Alien Stone.
But who am I?
Alien Stone.
Who am I?
Alien Stone.
I can't hear you.
Alien Stone.
The Shogun of Harlem.
Ah, yes. Little Shogun of Harlem. One of my all-time favorite movies. But you all know that by now. I reference it so much, man. Hour number 2 of the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space starts right now. Within this hour, we're going to talk about the perfect prom date. We'll have a weekly sports update from the prospect. We'll talk about a Swedish greenhouse. People in glass houses. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of this hour, we should be hearing from an emerging solo artist by the name of Sun. He'll be giving us a call. We're doing an interview at the end of this hour, so we're looking forward to that as well. He recently submitted some music to the station, which I'll also be playing right before his interview. Remember, we love the bands to submit their music to the station. MP3s, please include the name of your band and the name of your song in the title of that MP3. Send it on over to newmusic@alienxradio.com. Again, it's newmusic@alienxradio.com. We'll check it out, make sure that it doesn't suck butt, and we'll put it into rotation on the station. And if it doesn't fit the genre of the station for rotation, it still could be used for different shows because the shows don't always follow the genre. That's a different thing, especially syndicated shows, you know what I mean? So please feel free to submit your music. Again, that's newmusic@alienxradio.com. Coming up, Sun. So anyway, let's go ahead and get to what are we supposed to be doing right now? Oh yeah, it's time for What the Florida. We all love a good What the Florida, right?
Directly into your brain.
What the Florida?
So, I know I have a What the Florida prepared, and it's just a matter of finding it amongst all my paperwork. There it is. And this is a great one too, man. I love crazy people in Florida. You know, we've always wondered what it is about Florida that makes people go insane. And people, you know, they come up with all kinds of reasons. And, you know, the one that I had liked the most, it wasn't my reason. I didn't come up with this. But somebody said that it was an overdose of sunscreen. Like I don't know, like the chemicals get into your brain or something. I don't know. Maybe it's heat stroke even. I don't know. But something's going on. A man referring to himself as the Saint was arrested in Florida, in a Florida town on Sunday after police say that he screamed obscenities and threatened to unleash an army of turtles to destroy the community. Yeah. An army of turtles. Okay. Police received multiple calls Sunday afternoon regarding Thomas Lane, 61, for disturbing the peace at several businesses. So he's been moving around. Wonder where his army of turtles have been kept this whole time. Authorities escorted him back to the police department headquarters. What? How did he jump? Oh, how about I back up to where I left off in the story before I looked away? Upon his arrest, Lane is said to have had warned officers that his turtle army would destroy everyone. So it's not just like they would just come out there and just wreak havoc. You know, they would destroy everybody. And wreak havoc on the local area as revenge for his apprehension. So just about, if you let me go, it's pretty much what it was. If you let me go, there'll be nothing. You know what I'm saying? We won't have to kill you. Authorities authorities escorted him back to the police department headquarters, where Lane reportedly pounded on the glass and on the walls before he hastily exited the station without talking to a booking officer. So he escaped the jail, I guess? Where were they keeping this guy? Waiting. He wasn't even booked yet. And he just left. He's like, I don't feel like doing this today. I'm out of here, and whatever. He was later found in his car in the parking lot of a 7-Eleven, where eyewitnesses say that he was cursing at customers as they entered and left the store. And again, threatening to unleash his turtle army. Yeah. So, that's been with the Florida. That's what happens over there. That's the kind of thing that they deal with. Music for the Vajir Holes right now from The Man Factor. Warflower, the name of the tune. And it's the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
taste for those who go unsung and pack but leave no trace. Weed out what held you, no freedom, just regret. Empty the gallows of what was never spent. Tied to no one, going on 'cause I can. Tied to no one, I hope you understand. I'm tied to no one, going on 'cause I can. Just try and go on. Just try and go on. Going at your own pace, my solace in the wait. Love the anticipation, the flavor and the taste. Walked along this far, no time to deviate. Move from the focus, the longer you can wait. Tied to no one, I'm going on 'cause I can. Tied to no one, I hope you understand. I'm tied to no one, I'm going on 'cause I can. Just try and go on. Just try and just try and go Move at your own pace. Move at your own pace. Solace in the ways. Solace in the ways. Love the anticipation, the flavor and the taste. Walked alone for too long. It's time to deviate. Time to deviate. Just try and go on. Try and go on. Still time to no one. Still time to no one. I'm going on 'cause I can. Still time to no one. I hope you understand. I'm time to no one. Going on 'cause I can. Just try and go on. Just try, just try. Going there 'cause I can. I'm tied to no one. To no one.
Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
All right, everybody, welcome back. It's the attack. And I am Alien Stone. Oh, boy. Coming up, man, on the halfway point already. I guess I could let everybody in on it. What the big announcement is. Starting on May 6th. The attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space will not only be broadcast live on alienxradio.com, facebook.com, and youtube.com, but it will also be broadcasting live on UG Media in the UK. Yes, sir. We will be live. Now, their time, that's like 2 p.m. That's 2 p.m. their time. Now, that's going to be kind of funny to me because it's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. Monday Morning Madcast from outer space at 2 p.m. I think that's funny. And that's if I'm just right, it's only 5 hours. Because when we were on Australia before, that was ridiculous. It was like, some places it's a whole other day. It's ridiculous. Anyway, point is that we will be broadcasting live on both sides of the earth. Yes, sir! And then, of course, our affiliates will take us and fill in all the gaps as the week goes. But thank you, a big thank you to Mad Martin and everybody over at UG Media. Go check them out. It's a fine broadcasting network. But anyway, we're going to get to the story here. I was talking about the perfect prom date. And it is my duty and privilege to let you know that this portion of the show is being brought to you by Ashley's of Westland. Come on into Ashley's on April 24th to help cast your vote and crown yet another brewery throwdown champion. It started with 16 breweries fighting for your vote to see who would move on in the March Madness style bracket. This week's breweries is Rockford and Dragonmead. They'll be going head-to-head to see who can clinch a spot in the semifinals and take on Batch Brewing on 5/22. Each beer that they sell from 5 to 11 will count towards that brewery's total, and at the end of the night, they'll tally them up and declare a winner to move on. Just remember that with good beer, everybody wins at Ashley's. That's Ashley's of Westland, Michigan's premier multi-tap. Now, this guy, and he's a young guy, because he's going to prom. He's going to prom. Finding a date to prom is sometimes one of the hardest parts of the experience. And it leads to a few things. Broken hearts, for some. Groups of friends going together. And a few off-the-wall stories like the one we're going to talk about right now. Okay? Get this now. Sam Steingard, that's the guy's name. I wouldn't tell people that. Was geared up and ready to attend his school prom, but he was faced with an all-too-familiar problem. He didn't have a date. Couldn't find a date. Either they didn't want to take him, they didn't want to go with him, or they were all taken already. One or the other. One of these. I don't know. This might sadden some folks, but not Sam. Nope. Sam knew all along that he had the perfect date at home. Get this. I'll show you this picture here of this guy. He's going to his prom. That's right. He has a cat named Ruby, everybody. And there it is. If you're looking on Facebook.com and on YouTube.com, that's his prom picture there before they left the house with him and his prom date, his kitty cat Ruby. Sam's sister Caroline Steingard. That's how you have to say that in my Steingard. I don't know why. She said, "My brother took our cat to prom. My mom decided to buy our cat a dress and sparkly collar so my brother would have someone to take pictures with." Caroline loved everything about it so much that she shared the photo online where it quickly gained popularity, which is totally understandable because it's amazing. That's what she says. So have a look at that picture, okay? Now that is what I refer to as, get this, turning into the skid. Turn into the skid, man. If you don't know what that means, then you either don't drive. I don't know. If you're driving along and something's going wrong and you start to slide, okay, they say you're supposed to turn into the skid to straighten the vehicle back out and get control again. If you turn away, then you can spin out. So basically, his skid was that he couldn't get a date. So he turned into the skid rather than going crazy, spinning out and not going. You know what I'm saying? Being bitter about it the rest of his life. He turned into the skid and made fun with it. Not made fun of it, made fun with it. And got his kitty cat all dressed up and went to the prom anyway. And guess what? I guarantee you, it's not in the story here, but I guarantee you that there will be, because he brought his kitty cat dressed in a prom dress to the prom and had the attitude that he has in that photograph. Look at that photograph right there. Look at the attitude that kid has. There's a lot of girls at that prom that now wish that they had told him yes. I'm just saying. There's a lot of girls that, and you know what? Okay, now I'm treading on very carefully here. I got to be very careful when I say this right now. But this young gentleman up here, ladies, I'm just saying, ladies, have a look at him. He's a nice-looking young man. Do you not agree? Do you not agree? There's no reason for, so his reason for not getting a date wasn't that he, looks like Igor from Igor's Lube. Okay, I mean, look at this. He's a decent-looking young gentleman. So what was the reason? I don't know. Maybe he's in the math club. I don't know. Or maybe it's definitely not that he doesn't have a sense of humor. But like I said, man, there's a lot of girls now at that prom that wish that they had told him yes. Now they see what he is all about. Look, you got a bow tie that matches and everything. Look at the way the kitty cat's looking up at him with endearment. It's either endearment or I can't believe I'm in a dress and you're going to take me to a party. One or the other. Either way, he's proud. And he got to attend his prom, and now that's in his memory banks forever, and it's in everybody else's memory banks, and everybody has a richer and better life because of it. Am I calling this kid crazy or stupid? Absolutely not. I'm saying that he is a superhero amongst others. Okay, I'm just saying. Good job, dude. Good job indeed. How about some more music for the Vajir holes? I'm thinking Panic Trigger. I haven't heard them in a long, long time. This tune's called Shangri-La. It's kind of an interesting, I don't want to say kind of an interesting song. It's definitely an interesting song. But it's not the normal type of music that you would expect to hear on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space. Check it out, Shangri-La by Panic Trigger.
Worlds will fall away. It's alright. No need to dream of better days. The times was just on its way, but we'll be alright. No need to be so far away. Oh, this must be Shangri-La. Now I thought
Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your vajir holes. You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. You have been beamed aboard and are now inside the mothership for the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
All right, everybody. We are just about out of time for this half of this hour. About to take a short break and pause in the action, but still coming up in the second half of this hour, people who live in grass houses. I'm talking about a Swedish greenhouse, and I'm going to tell you what's interesting about it and why it was built. More music for the Vajir Holes, including music from emerging solo artist known as Sun, who will also be calling in. We'll be talking to him in towards the end of this hour. So make sure that you tune in for that. You can also call in live, asking questions. Of course, you'll hear the song before the interview. Maybe you have questions about the song. 313-444-8919. Again, that's 313-444-8919. We will be talking to him, as I said, later on. First, going to take a short break, pause in the action, and the weekly sports update from the Prospect. So go nowhere. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
And now your weekly sports update with the Prospect.
It's raining, it's pouring. It's time for the weekly sports update with the Prospect on Alien X Radio. We all know the playoffs as a whole are unexpected. I mean, we have the Golden State Warriors blowing a 3-1 series lead in the NBA Finals, and the Atlanta Falcons blowing a 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl. I'll leave it to you guys to debate which was worse. But there has been another instance that we are left stunned. Both the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Calgary Flames are eliminated from the Stanley Cup playoffs. Now, what makes this interesting is that they entered as one seeds. Yes, this is the first time in NHL history that both one seeds in their respective conferences have been eliminated in the first round. You would think that the top seeds would cruise through the playoffs or at least get out of the first round, but that wasn't the case here. Especially how the Lightning were swept by the Columbus Blue Jackets in their exit, so at least you know that the winner of the Cup will have a lot to prove. The hot topic in the NBA last week was the exits of Magic Johnson and Luke Walton. As we pretty much knew that Johnson was staying away from a front office position for quite a while, Walton, however, already got scooped up by another team, the Sacramento Kings, whose decision to fire Dave Joerger was a bit of a head-scratcher, but tension between Joerger and management over coaching practices made it all make sense. Walton, whose record was a dismal 98-148, was named the head coach a couple of days after leaving the Lakers. Now the Lakers are still looking for Walton's replacement, with Tyronn Lue still being the front-runner in that vacancy. The Cavaliers are looking for a replacement also after firing Larry Drew in his first season with the team, and the Memphis Grizzlies are searching after parting ways with J.B. Bickerstaff after one season, which proves that teams are ready to overhaul if things aren't going so well. Well, tune in next week for more of those sports. For Alien X Radio, I'm the Prospect. Say until next time, Prospect out.
Ashley's of Westland, The best for food, friends, and entertainment. Stop in on Mondays for $5 burgers, Tuesdays for $3 pints and trivia, Wednesdays for $5 pizza, and don't forget to stop by on Saturday nights to visit our own DJ Wild Bill and Sporkle Live. Order delivery online with Grubhub and Uber Eats at Ashley's.com. Ashley's of Westland is located at 7525 Wayne Road in Westland, Michigan. Ashley's of Westland, Michigan's premier multi-tap.
The Paul Farah Comedy Show on Alien X Radio every Monday at 8 p.m. ET. Tune in for comedy guest music and a whole load of madness erupting on the airwaves. The Paul Farah Comedy Show. Let the mayhem commence.
Resistance is futile, but you can struggle if you like. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. You got something to say? Say it, bucko. Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919.
Welcome back, everybody. You are tuned to the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. I am your host, Alien Stone, all up in your face from outer space, broadcasting from the other side of planet Chaos. Yeah, all of that. Thanks for being beamed aboard. What do we got coming up yet this hour? Oh, that's right. Glass houses and a Swedish greenhouse. Why was it built? But more importantly, towards the end of this hour, coming up, interview with solo artist Sun. Wow. All right. So, like I said, we got some music for the Vajir holes coming up yet. We've got the Swedish greenhouse, and then right around 45 past the hour, we'll be doing a live interview with Sun. So right now, we're just going to talk for just a moment about these guys. They live in Sweden, or whether they're Swedish. Okay, they're Swedish, wherever these people live. You know what I'm saying? They have this house, and they don't enjoy the cold weather. They don't like cold weather. So they figured the best way to get rid of the cold weather around your house and be able to grow vegetables and grow flowers and plants and everything like that all year round would be to build a greenhouse. And of course, that's a great idea, right? If you build a greenhouse, then you can have all these plants and everything. But that doesn't really help you, right? You still got to walk out of the house in the cold weather out to the greenhouse, right? So what was their solution? Their solution was to build the greenhouse so big that their house was actually inside the greenhouse. Can you imagine that? I mean, this huge, enormous greenhouse that they constructed right with their house still inside of this greenhouse. That's got to be enormous. Either that or their house is tiny. I have no idea which one. But I think it's interesting. Now, if you live in the right place, that's a great idea. Now, my thoughts are, now you have a glass house, essentially. Okay, so hail. They could, is it going to be unbreakable glass? I don't know what these things are made of. Now, my other thought is, who's going to be in charge of cleaning all this glass? Some people say, I don't do windows. Okay, well, this is all windows. Birds. Think about the birds. The mess from the birds. All on the greenhouse. All on the glass. Someone's got to get up there. It just sounds like a big nightmare. These people got to be rich, right? But we know what the solution is. If you're rich, right? You just don't do it. You pay somebody else to do it. If you got enough money, you can just throw money at it. Whatever. Just make it nice. Get it sparkly. And if you see a streak, you fire them and you hire somebody else, right? That's how it works when you're rich, right? That's sad. It's very, very sad. Anyway, some music for the Vajir Holes right now. We played an instrumental earlier from a band called the Kenny Hill Group. That's right. Wow, it escaped me for a moment. The Kenny Hill Group. And now this is another instrumental by a gentleman called Kevin I almost called him Kenny. Man, I'm not doing well today. Kevin Estrella, Sailing the Ocean of Neptune. And we're also going to be playing some brand spanking new music that on the station anyway from an artist by the name of Sun. And when we come back from this musical break, we're going to be talking with this artist, and we're going to ask him about his music and where he's from and what he's all about. And I'm happy to introduce him to you on Alien X Radio. So anyway, right now, Kevin Estrella and Sun coming up after this.
save this place.
All right. Now, that tune was called Y&M by an emerging solo artist by the name of Sun, who I just so happen to have on the line with me right now. Sun, how you doing?
Hey, Keith. Nice to meet you. Nice to hear.
Nice to have you on the show. You just recently submitted some music to the station. I listened to it, and it must have stricken a chord with me because I got right back with you and asked you to be on the show. So welcome.
Yeah, that was a really crazy story for me because you just told me that you like this even without previewing this song. So it's really risky business.
Yeah, that's right. When I got the song originally, I was like, I'm just gonna play this, and it was one of the shows I was doing earlier this week, and I was like, I haven't even heard it yet, and I played it, and I'm listening. I'm like, okay, well, they did not burn me. I was kind of worried. I'm like, okay, now watch this be like something that was recorded in a bathroom someplace. It's going to sound awful. But no, the production value on it, very good. The writing, great. The instrumental work, excellent job. Congratulations.
Thank you. It really means a lot to me because I did it all in my own. So it's completely DIY. But I tried my best.
Good. So, well, tell us a little bit about Sun. Tell us a little bit about you, and then tell us a little bit about the song YNM.
Yeah, so basically, right now I'm a solo artist, as you said, but I'm looking forward to create a band. So this music is supposed to be played with live musicians. So right now I'm looking for musicians and looking forward to create a team. But for now it's only me. So all the writing, all the producing, and mixing, mastering I do on my own. So. That's basically it for now. This is a debut song for me, so this is a first step, really first step. I've never done anything like that, so I'm completely new to this world. I hope it's gonna be good for me.
Well, yeah, everybody's got to take the first step. I mean, sometimes you have your own idea and you don't have the people around you to execute the idea yet, but you want to execute the idea, so you do it yourself first, and then you can fill in the gaps later.
Yeah, that's true. You're completely right.
Yeah, the important part is to address the calling. You know what I'm saying? You've got the feeling for the writing. You got the idea in your head. You got the song. You need to bring it to life. Don't wait for other people to make that happen.
Yeah, yeah. And that's basically what I do because I live in a small country. It's not the US. It's called Belarus. It's in the center of Europe. I don't know if you know. It's near the Russia and maybe Ukraine. Yeah. So we don't have any music business here. It's not really like in US or in UK. So it's kind of tough to find really good people to match this music. So you have to.
Yeah, I completely understand.
Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, I completely understand when you're in an area that doesn't, it doesn't help you. It doesn't, cultivate or promote the musical industry. So you're going to have to reach outside of that area, and that's primarily what shows like mine are supposed to do. That's why I'm glad that you reached out to us, because I'm glad that I could help you reach other audiences. As I just said, the show is actually going to be carried on a station live in the UK starting next month, and I've already played your song on the show, and I'll be playing it then as well. So I'll be doing what I can to promote you guys all over the place.
That's great, and I really appreciate that because this type of artists like me, they really need help from any source. So I really appreciate your help, Keith, and I'm glad that you like that song. The song is basically all about innocence and purity. The main idea of my music is to remind people of this really beautiful roots of human nature, which is kindness, compassion to each other, and being able to save this attitude of a child throughout the whole of your life, if you know what I mean.
Well, certainly, yeah. It's coming from a place inside, of the roots, where your origins. You don't even have to explain what a song is even really about. You know what I'm saying? You can tell somebody what the song is about, but they already got it if you did it right.
Yeah, that's true. So I hope it triggered all the beauty inside of any human who have heard this song. I really hope that it's so. So the next, my work is going to be out in first days of May. It's going to be a next single, which I'm working on now. It's going to be a little bit faster song, more dynamics, and a little bit heavier. I mean, sound-wise.
Well, yeah, I'm sure that you have a lot of different genres within you, a lot of different directions, and a lot of different emotions to convey through your music. So it's going to have all different kinds of styles. And I hope that Alien X Radio will be on the forefront of being able to play these songs for you as they come out.
Yeah, I really hope so, because I really hope that we can make friendship and help each other to promote really good music from artists that are unknown but are nonetheless talented than others, which we see all over. So I really hope you can help these artists.
Absolutely, and I'm sure that because you're in an area that doesn't really foster or have, like you said, the music industry, there are other people though that are in bands that you have obviously connected with because you share that common thing. So you're gonna know other artists. So you can now introduce them as well to another way that they can get their music played out there and send them our way.
Yeah, sure, I will do that, no doubt.
Absolutely, I'd be happy to draw as much attention to your area as I possibly can.
That would be great, because here we'll really need help, because country is not very open, not very open in political ways, in economical ways, and also in musical ways.
Yeah, certainly. So, I mean, like I said, we play all types of music from all over the place. I've gotten stuff from Italy, from Germany, from India, all over the globe. I don't care where it comes from because, like you said, music is music. It doesn't matter where it really comes from. You've got to. It's an emotional thing. It's not bound by nations or borders or anything like that. It's an emotional thing, and everybody can connect on that same level. And that's one of the things I liked about your song is you can feel emotion in the music, not even with hearing the lyrics. Just in the music, you can feel the emotion. Going to an opera, I don't understand the language, but I know exactly what they're saying.
Yeah, right. Thanks for this high praise of this song. It's really means a lot to me. So what can I else say about myself? I'm a guitar player who sings. So it's kind of John Mayer-ish style, or maybe James Bay or something like this. These are the artists that are similar to this kind of music that I do. But if to talk about the influences, I would better say it's Radiohead from England and Tom York in person. I was influenced a lot with this guy.
All right, well, I want to thank you very much for coming on the show and introducing yourself to our listeners. And real quick before we go into a commercial break here, tell everybody how they can get in touch with you on either Facebook or on the web in some way. How do they get in touch with you?
Yeah, you can follow us in Instagram or Facebook. You can easily find us typing Sun Official Music. You can see us, and I would be glad to connect with all of you. And Keith, thank you for inviting us, and thank you for playing our song. And I hope to hear you back soon. Have a good day.
All right, thank you very much, and you have a great one. I will definitely be in touch with you in the future for later releases and stuff. Everybody, it's Sun!
Okay, bye.
All right, everybody, we're going to take a short break, a pause in the action for station identification, and we will be back with hour number 3 of the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
Ashley's of Westland, the best for food, friends, and entertainment. Stop in on Mondays for $5 burgers, Tuesdays for $3 pints and trivia, Wednesdays for $5 pizza, and don't forget to stop by on Saturday nights to visit our own DJ Wild Bill and Sporkle Live. Order delivery online with Grubhub and Uber Eats at Ashley's.com. Ashley's of Westland is located at 7525 Wayne Road in Westland, Michigan. Ashley's of Westland, Michigan's premier multi-tap.
Oh my God. What have I done? What have I done? Look at the turning wheel.
The Alignment, the latest CD from the Creeping Chaos, featuring Dead in the Water. Dead in the water. Beg for mercy and Under the Blade. We live our lives under a blade. Available now at iTunes, CD Baby, and Rock of Ages in Garden City.
Are you looking for a way to get your message out there? Have you been looking for just the right way to advertise your business, website, or upcoming event? Have you thought about advertising on the radio but thought it would be too expensive? Well, you should try advertising on Alien X Radio. We have advertising packages for every budget starting as low as $30 per month. That's right, radio advertising for as little as $1 a day. You don't have a commercial? No problem. Our copywriting and production department can create a radio spot complete with voiceovers, sound effects, and music that's just right for your needs. And unlike other stations, the production is included. So what are you waiting for? Just visit www.alienxradio.com and click on the advertisers link to get a look at our packages and rates. Then contact us at advertising@alienxradio.com. That's advertising@alienxradio.com.
Me and my lady want to get busy tonight. What do you recommend?
Igor's Lube.
I got my fist stuck in a gravy boat. Any ideas on how I can get it out?
Igor's Lube.
The hinges on my cabinet doors are squeaky. What should I use?
Igor's Lube.
I got dry, flaky elbows.
Igor's Lube.
Okay, but what if I'm being held hostage by a supervillain in an underground lair with a ticking time bomb and only seconds left until detonation? What would save me then, huh?
Igor's Lube.
That's right. Everything is smoother with Igor's Lube.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
The views and opinions expressed in the following show do not necessarily represent those of this station or its sponsors.
Give me some static! You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. You have been beamed aboard and are now inside the mothership for the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
When's the last time you had a good time?
Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your vajir holes.
Am I the meanest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the prettiest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Alien Stone.
But who am I?
Alien Stone.
Who am I?
Alien Stone.
I can't hear you.
Alien Stone.
The Shogun of Harlem.
All right, everybody. Welcome back. It's hour number 3 of the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space. Big thank you going out to solo artist Sun for joining me last hour and telling us all about his new song Y&M and how he's a solo artist, how he's coming up. He did everything himself. How you can get in touch with him. I just appreciate everything that he has done for the station by doing, and I'm going to of course do everything that I can for him, his solo artist career, and all the people around him. It's tough when you're someplace and you're being held down by political reasons and things like that in your area. It doesn't let you reach out. That's where we come in. We sneak it out. It's sneaky that way. Anyway, enough of that, right? We're smuggling music out of countries and stuff now. We're smugglers. Coming up yet this hour, a stiff breeze. Literally a stiff breeze, and I will explain that when that comes up. Another news update from NPR. And this is something that's been going on a long time, and really, it used to not bother people, and now it does. A lot of people are really bothered by this. But can Walmart actually ask to see your receipt as you're leaving? And I'll bring you a classic Just a Few Questions from exactly 1 year ago today. 1 year ago today, it was actually a Sunday. 1 year ago today was a Sunday. And Inside the Mothership was live. And we did Just a Few Questions. Have you ever or never is the name of that one. And I'll bring you that at the end of this hour. But first, do I have the I don't know if I have that. The wackadoo music. Do I have the wackadoo music? How could I not have the wackadoo music? That's amazing to me. How stuff just disappears on computers all the time. You know what I mean? See, there it is. It just all of a sudden wasn't there, and now it is. Let's go ahead and do this week's Wackadoo of the Week. And it ain't me, I promise you.
And now your Wackadoo of the Week.
This week's Wackadoo of the Week is Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan. Sir, you are an entertainer, and you have been for a very, very, very long time. You are accomplished, many awards won, publications all over the place. I mean, you're a legend, a highly respected artist amongst artists and amongst fans. But this is kind of a dick move. Okay, I'm just saying, you're kind of a dick when it comes to this. Bob Dylan, maybe it's because you've been around since before cameras were invented. I don't know. But Bob Dylan has a problem with you taking his picture while he's on stage performing. I don't know. Maybe he's actually like really Native American, and he believes that if you take his picture, you're going to trap his soul. You're going to capture his soul. And then he won't be able to go to Bob Dylan heaven. Why? He does not like you taking his picture. Now, what he has done is on stage, they're jamming, and he looks out in the crowd, and this is recently. He looks out in the crowd, and he sees someone taking a picture. He stops the song. And stands there and stares at the guy. And once everybody's like wondering what's going on, even the guy taking the picture, he has no idea what's going on. Then Bob Dylan walks over to the microphone and says, what does he say? He says, "We can play or we can pose." And he stood there again for another minute. And they did not want to continue while people were taking pictures. We're just going to stand here. If you want to take pictures, then we're just going to stand here. You're an entertainer, and people paid to come in. Here comes a big word. See you. We've already heard you. We've got your album. We've heard you on the radio. You know what I'm saying? We've been there. We've done that. You know what I'm saying? Now we've come to see you. And we paid a lot of money to see you, a lot more than we paid for your album to hear you. So what's wrong with us taking a picture? You know what I mean? Really? I can't take a picture of the person that I idolized, bought his album, which I paid for, have a t-shirt, which I paid for, have a ticket to come and see you live in concert, which I paid for, which has all in turn paid for your guitar that you're playing on stage to make all this money. And you got to cry and whine about me taking a picture of the experience? Wow. You are this week's Wackadoo of the Week. Way to poo-poo on your fans. Way to poo-poo on your fans. My goodness. Anyway, let's some music for the Vajir Holes from a band called 6E, another local awesome band that is a huge supporter of the radio station. They've been live on the air many times. We've seen them and broadcast live from their shows, and of course we play their studio stuff as well. Not Breathing, the name of the song. 6E on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
Someone to take me home tonight. Smoke starts to fill the air, glass and metal everywhere, hanging by a thread. Is anybody there? crashed into me. Now she's not moving, she's not breathing. She's not breathing. She's not breathing.
We got Terrence and Philip taken off the air, but look what they put on.
Face to face, another misery. One by one, another tragedy. Don't look now, you can see it coming. Helter skelter, but we need that loving. Shame on me for feeling something. Danger right in front of my eyes. Look so innocent and play the victim, but you've got no alibi. Your love is like murder. The way you kiss is like a heart attack. Yeah, your love is like murder. Love like murder. Back and forth, never letting go. All tied up, a living horror show. I can't believe that we want this more. Every kiss is like going to war. Shame on me for feeling something. Danger right in front of my eyes. Look so innocent and play the victim, but you've got no alibi. Your love is like murder. The way you kiss is like a heart attack. Yeah, your love is like murder. The words you use are like a knife in the back. Your love is like a murder. Your love like murder. Your love like murder. Your love like murder. Don't look now, you can see it coming. Helter skelter, but we need that loving. Can't believe that we want this more. Every kiss is like going to war. Shame on me for feeling something. Danger right in front of my eyes. Look so innocent and play the victim, but you've got no alibi. Your love is like murder. The way you kiss is like a heart attack. Yeah, your love is like murder. The words you use are like a knife in the back. Your love is like murder. Your love like murder. Your love like murder. Your love like murder.
You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your Vajir holes. You have been beamed aboard and are now inside the mothership for the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Can you feel it? Let's rock this joint.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the attack. My name is Alien Stone. We've been moving and grooving right along, man. We've done all kinds of cool things today, man. We've talked about ghosts and UFOs and mythical creatures and TV shows being renewed, canceled, live ventures, and these shows were inherently racist before, so what are they going to be now? I don't know. We've talked about the Turtle Army and the perfect prom date. We've had sports updates and news updates and talked about people living in glass houses that are warm. Wow, man, it sounds crazy, doesn't it? And we even talked to emerging solo artist named Sun. Dylan, going crazy. He doesn't like his soul being stolen by cameras. It's still coming up. Does Walmart have the right to ask to see your receipt? And, of course, we're going to revisit just a few questions from exactly 1 year ago today. Have you ever or have you never? That's on its way up. Man, this is a pretty full show here, isn't it? A lot of stuff going on. Another thing that's going on, and it's my duty and privilege to inform you that this portion of the show is being brought to you by Ashley's of Westland. Come on into Ashley's on April 24th and help cast your vote to crown yet another brewery throwdown champion. It started with 16 breweries fighting for your vote to see who would move on in the March Madness-style bracket. This week's two breweries are Rockford and Dragon Mead. They'll be going head-to-head to see who clinches their spot in the finals, which would be against Batch Brewing on 5/22. Each beer that they sell from 5 to 11 will count towards that brewery's total, and at the end of the night, they'll tally them up and declare a winner to move on. Just remember that with good beer, everybody wins at Ashley's. That's Ashley's of Westland, Michigan's premier multi-tap. So, that brings us to a stiff breeze. What does that even mean, Alien Stone? What does a stiff breeze even mean? I'm here to tell you that people are complaining. Okay, they are complaining. And I'm not going to tell you the name of the town, but I will say that it's not in the U.S. It's not in the United States. There is a town where there is a factory, and that factory has been for decades producing the same product. This is not something new. They've been producing it for a long time. And now you've got a lot of stories coming out about the effects that this factory is having on its people, but they're claiming that these effects are like instantaneous. You know what I'm saying? Like they're happening in real time. But if so, then why are we just now hearing about this and it hasn't been happening for the decades that they've been here? And I'm talking about a factory that produces the little blue pill, Viagra. Viagra, baby. They are claiming that the... Actually, I think I wrote down... I actually have the story here, so maybe I should read it to make sure I get everything correct. A stiff breeze. Okay, the town's proximity to a Viagra company's plant and its, get this, love fumes has been giving local men and even their canine friends enormous sexual potency. Barmaid Debbie O'Grady told the Sunday Times, "One whiff and you're stiff." Dude, they should come out with a smelling salts version of Viagra for guys, and that should be, you should do the whole product marketing around that statement. One whiff and you're stiff. People will buy it just on that. It doesn't even have to work. Just saying, that's marketing genius. And it comes from O'Grady over here, barmaiding over wherever. She's selling shots, and now she's got this greatest idea in the world. Anyway, Miss O'Grady's mother, Sadie O'Grady. All right. She said that living in this town was a blessing for men who suffer from problems in that department. So, yeah, people like move there that have problems, and then all of a sudden they boing. She's adding that there's something in the air. So they're claiming that the fumes are giving them boners, I suppose. The widow said, "I'm a flirtatious woman, whore." A lot of us are whores. You just have to have a spark, that's all. There's a lovely man waiting down the road for me. She actually said that in the interview. She's like, "Yep, I'm going to go down there because he's got a boner right now. So I'm on my way over to his house." The company said in a statement that the stiff whiff has nothing more, it's nothing more than an amusing story, okay? That it's not true. It's not really happening. And they have no hard feelings. It's just an old wives' tale. Our manufacturing process have always been highly sophisticated and as well as highly regulated. They said, nevertheless, residents remain scared stiff. Man, they got all kinds of puns in here. They're worried that something more sinister is going on. You know what I'm saying? And a nurse who recently returned to the village after she moved to America for 5 years, and she just recently moved back. She said that the local dogs walk around in a state of sexual excitement with boners. Dogs are walking around with boners even. I think the Viagra must have gotten into the water supply, she said. I'm convinced that's what happened. At the very beginning, before they were so closely regulated. So they're thinking that it got into the water before it was so closely regulated, and now it's finally bubbling up or whatever, and now we're having an epidemic. It's a boner breakout. It's a boner breakout, everybody. You might have to move. You have to move. You can't live there more than 4 hours? Because after 4 hours, you have to seek a physician, remember? If you have a boner for more than 4 hours, it's dangerous. You could lose your, here's a word you haven't heard in a long time, your tallywhacker. Wow, when was the last time you heard the tallywhacker? You probably never have. I'm old. A stiff breeze. Anyway, we're going to take a musical break for you. I know that a lot of people out there have requested and enjoy the music of Austin Kelly, City of the Damned. It's a great song. Well, he was also in studio live doing a bit of a solo issue with just, a solo project with just a guitar and him singing, and he performed for us during the 36 Hours of Alien Xmas in 2018, a song called Deer Camp. And here it is. It's the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
His name is Kai. Dreaming of does and shooting bugs at deer camp. At deer camp. And deer camp.
It's a good song, right, everybody?
It's great to be back up here in fucking Detroit area. Thank you guys for coming out tonight. Thank you. Thank all the awesome opening bands. All the bands were fucking great tonight. Thank you guys. Alien X Radio, and I thank you guys too. Thank you for putting this on. It's Give it up for the bands and the radio station, all right. Are you guys ready to snap your fingers? Are you guys ready to snap your necks? I don't hear you. What? Are you ready to snap your fingers? Are you ready to snap your necks? Everyone's got to fucking move. Thank you, Detroit. We'll see you again soon. Snap your fingers or snap your fucking neck. Everyone's got to move. It's a shit.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's Prong, live from Alien X Fest back in the day. That's right, Prong did Alien X Fest at the Token Lounge in Westland, Michigan back in the day. Rocking it out, but hey, it's time to take a short break and pause in the action for station identification. Still coming. Does Walmart have the right to ask you about your receipt? I don't think so. And just a few questions from 1 year ago. Have you ever or have you never? When we return to the home stretch of the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
Stop your fingers, stop your neck. Stop your fingers, stop your neck. Stop your fingers, stop your neck. I can't hear you. Louder. Come on, louder.
Woo! Yeah! And now your weekly news update from NPR.
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
I've always listened to it.
On this Earth Day, an NPR poll finds that 84% of parents want all children to learn about climate change in school. But the polls also find that although they broadly support it, more than half of teachers are not talking about climate change in classrooms. Nearly half of parents surveyed have not discussed climate change with their children at home. Authorities in France are investigating taunts by some yellow vest protesters who shouted at police over the weekend to kill themselves. NPR's Ophélia Quist-Arkin reports 28 French police officers have taken their own lives this year.
Protesters were chanting and some screaming, "Suicidez-vous, go kill yourselves," at the police, as Saturday's yellow vest demonstrations turned violent. Some marchers threw rocks at the police, who responded with tear gas and stun grenades during the confrontation. Several leading personalities in the yellow vest movement have dissociated themselves from those who chanted what are considered unacceptable and provocative taunts at the police. Almost 30 officers have ended their lives this year alone, linked its thought to stress and overwork. President Emmanuel Macron is scheduled to address the nation Thursday and respond to the crisis in France and protesters' grievances about social inequalities and a perceived lack of support for the working poor. Ophélia Quist-Arkin, NPR News, Paris.
More fighting is reported in Libya. There are reports forces loyal to the internationally recognized government in Libya have pushed back against a militia leader's forces from eastern Libya. The forces from eastern Libya began an offensive 2 weeks ago. I'm Corva Coleman, NPR News.
Support for this NPR podcast and the following message come from Texas Children's Hospital, providing care to children for more than 60 years and continuing to lead Texas and the nation in pediatric treatment and research.
Ashley's of Westland, the best for food, friends, and entertainment. Stop in on Mondays for $5 burgers, Tuesdays for $3 pints and trivia, Wednesdays for $5 pizza, and don't forget to stop by on Saturday nights to visit our own DJ Wild Bill and Sporkle Live. Order delivery online with Grubhub and Uber Eats at Ashley's.com. Ashley's of Westland is located at 7525 Wayne Road in Westland, Michigan. Ashley's of Westland, Michigan's premier multi-tap.
Oh my God. What have I done? What have I done?
Look at the turning wheel. The Alignment, the latest CD from The Creeping Chaos, featuring Dead in the Water.
Dead in the water.
Beg for mercy and Under the Blade.
We live our lives under a blade.
Available now at iTunes, CD Baby, and Rock of Ages in Garden City.
One for the gas.
Donna, is that a bottle of Igor's lube?
I wish you would just ring up my stuff without all the questions.
I heard there are millions of uses for that stuff.
I only have one.
Have you ever tried playing a naked game of Twister all covered in this stuff?
Can't say that I have.
This stuff will really help to get you out of a tight spot. Or into one, if you know what I mean. Huh?
Are you almost finished?
Just waiting for the bag boy. Igor?
And don't forget that my lube comes in 1 ounce, 5 ounce, 1 pint, and 1 gallon sizes, so you can feel free to try out that naked twister thing.
Uh-huh. Now see, I told you.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow. You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com. Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your Vajir holes. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
The house is now on fire.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. I am Alien Stone. Man, we've had a pretty good show today. A lot of stuff going on, a lot of things to talk about, great music. Had a call-in interview from a great artist. Added him to the AXR family. He's in the rotation. Like Ice Cube said, man, today it's been a good day. Now, you could have a good day, and your day is just ruined by somebody bugging you. You know what I mean? Oh my God, a person has to interact with me. It's horrible. And I'm guilty of this. I am guilty of this. There's no reason to be upset about something, but you're upset by it because you're just in a grumpy mood and you don't want to be bothered. But there's really no reason to be grumpy other than you're just being grumpy to be grumpy. You know what I mean? I've been there. I'm guilty of it. I do it a lot, actually, and I should stop. Well, this is one of those cases where being right is being crabby. I guess that's the best way I can explain it. I guess that's the way to explain it. Imagine this. You just went into Walmart. You shopped around. You picked out some things. And you're grumpy for some reason. Whatever that reason is. I'm sure there's legitimate reasons too. But anyway, you go up and you pay for all your stuff. Maybe the lady in front of you was taking too much time playing around with the EBT card and it wasn't working. She's arguing with the lady like she can control her benefits package. And finally you get up there and you get all your stuff taken care of. It's all bagged up and everything. You've taken your receipt, you fold it up, you put it in your wallet, you put your wallet into your purse, ladies. Or gentlemen, maybe you just put it in your wallet and you put it back in your back pocket. Now you're rolling your cart towards that exit. And then Junior or Skippy or Champ or somebody of that kind of, that's what you're calling them right now because you're irritated now. They come up and approach you as you're leaving and they go, "Excuse me, sir or madam, I need to see your receipt." And now you're really annoyed. You just want to leave. You know what I'm saying? You just want to leave, go back to your vehicle, into an environment you can control, load up your stuff, go home, watch TV, and pass out on the couch. Okay, that's your plan. But Junior, Skippy over here, wants to see your receipt. As though you've stolen these items and conveniently packed them into grocery bags and are slowly making your getaway out the front door in front of everybody, right? With all the cameras on you and the security guys watching the cameras, they didn't catch you, but Skippy at the door, he's going to break the case wide open. He's going to capture all of the people sneaking out with with stolen grapefruits. You know what I mean? So you're grumpy as hell. Now the question is, do you have to show them your receipt? If that's the only question, is the legalities of it, do you have to show them your receipt as you're walking out? The answer to that question on just a normal legal response, the definition and the facts of the matter is no. You do not have to show them the receipt, and I'll explain to you why. You have purchased every item in all of those bags. They now are your property. Another thing that is also your property is the receipt. These become your property at the point of sale, at the point of purchase. Once that receipt is handed to you, the money has been transferred, you have paid for these items, all that property is now transferred to you. You own that stuff. So when you are leaving, you are being asked by Skippy, who is not of law enforcement or any kind of authoritative position of any kind, wants to see your stuff. You could just walk right past him if you really want to. You don't even have to acknowledge his existence, his or her existence. You do not have to. You own all this stuff. You own the bags that are in it. The only thing you don't own is the cart, but you do have the right to use it all the way up to your vehicle, the cart. Now, the other side of that coin is anything other than showing them the receipt is going to be received as being a dick. It's a fact. It's a fact. There's no nice way to tell them, excuse me, but that's an invasion of my privacy. I'm not going to show you my... Already you're confrontational. It's going to sound confrontational. Now, chances are Skippy has no idea that he doesn't have the legal right to ask for it. So he's going to start getting all flustered and puff his chest out and everything and start saying, "Well, I need to see that receipt, sir. You can't leave." Or I can't what? Now you've got all this attitude boiling up on both sides. You got an argument going on. You're fighting and arguing. And now it might escalate into a situation where you can be in trouble. Maybe now something got physical. Maybe now it escalated. You don't want that to happen. So The short is you do not have to show them your receipt. The best course of action, just so that everybody can continue their day without incident, is just take a deep breath. Don't say anything if you're that mad. Just take a deep breath. Reach back into your wallet. Reach back into your purse. Pull out the receipt and show it to them. And then watch how they glance at that receipt for maybe 1.3 seconds. Then look at your cart with 17 bags and go, thank you, and hand it right back to you. Not noticing the 27 items that you stole. No, I'm just kidding. But see, there's no real reason other than they're just on camera doing that. It's all for perception. So just give them their perception and move on. Because you're not going to win it without an argument, without a fight. Is it worth the fight? That's the question. When it's worth the fight, absolutely fight the fight. But if it's just show them the receipt and move on. Yeah, you can be the dick and just walk past them and leave, and nobody's going to chase you down. Nobody's going to arrest you. You know, somebody might call you a name or something like that. If you just keep walking and go out to your car, load your stuff in, and leave, nobody's going to bother you. You're just going to leave. But you will forever be ingrained in the minds of people that witnessed all that you were, in fact, a dick. Or a douchebag. Even though the rest of us, normal people, go, that guy has had a bad day today and doesn't feel like being hassled with stupidity. And I get it, so I'm not going to think of you as a dick. But you still could have avoided a lot of people thinking you're a dick just by simply showing them the receipt. Warthog is the name of the song by Black on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space. See how calm I just got? Let's get all crazy again!
You say
resistance is futile, but you can struggle if you like.
It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
You got something to say? Say it, bucko. Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919.
All right, everybody, we are at that point of the program where I take you back in time. Usually it's only 1 week. Usually I go back in time 1 week. Actually, no, it's not 1 week. Usually I go back in time 24 hours or so. Because Inside the Mothership, which airs on Sundays, has a segment called Just a Few Questions. Now, I would take that segment and I would replay it here on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space at this point. But we had the special Easter edition of Inside the Mothership yesterday. I was by myself. I had nobody to ask questions of, so we didn't do Just a Few Questions. So I'm going to give you the Just a Few Questions that aired exactly 1 year ago today. 1 year ago today, on April 22nd, we aired this episode of Just a Few Questions. Oh, wait, do I even have it? Oh, see, I almost messed up big time, people. Yeah. I almost played the one that we did 2 weeks ago. And then I would have sounded really stupid. Now I just sound unprepared. So anyway, from 1 year ago today on April 22nd, have you ever or have you never? It's just a few questions from Inside the Mothership.
Just a few questions.
Oh, yeah. All right. Are you ready for just a few questions today?
Let me stretch this one out.
That's what I said when I was writing just a few questions.
All right,
I was
let's
gonna
do
stretch
this
one out. You know how I keep adding more and more questions to the individual questions so I get more questions by only saying there's 3 questions? Yeah, I did that a lot.
Okay, so carry the one. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Just a few questions. Here we go. Question number 1.
Question number 1.
You have been invited by NASA to take part in an experiment studying the effects of weightlessness on testicles. You will spend 2 full weeks in orbit, and the entire time will be spent pantsless, spread eagle so that your junk can float. Do you, A, accept the mission, and I'm sure it's for some important research for some reason that's not so obvious.
As long as it's not for poop in the air, I'm down.
B, turn down the offer because you're too shy. Or C, take advantage of this opportunity and also take a lot of photos to sell on scrotphotos.com to make money when you get back to Earth.
Oh, so it's originally not paying?
Oh, no, they're paying you, yeah.
But so I can get extra funds by putting a
scrote votes
for putting a licensing on my junk.
Right.
I can put a patent on my junk.
Exactly.
I'm totally down for C.
Totally down for C. That is the
Show me
answer.
the money. I'm not scared.
Not scared.
I'm not scared.
I would do it.
You want to do some research and pay me money to have my junk hanging out in space?
I would do that.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
How much you gonna give me? $5. Heck,
I'll do that for $3.50.
That's $5 more than when I wasn't getting paid. Let's do this.
Bring back that money that I gave to the Loch Ness Monster.
And then possibly make some extra cash on the side.
I'm with
Absolutely, since pimping's been pimping. I'd do it. Heck yeah.
I'm down to.
Sounds like a legit
business adventure.
That, and it sounds like a legit study that they want to do something with. Yep.
Sounds good to me.
Yep.
Number 2.
Question number 2.
Question number 2. You and your best friend get pulled over doing 75 into 45 with 2 open beers, and the inside of your car smells like a dispensary. The officer asks you, A, you have to answer all 3 of these. He asks you A, why were you going so fast? B, can you explain the beer and weed? And C, why do you think I should let you go?
So I have to answer all of these?
Yes. First one, why were you going so fast?
I wasn't paying attention to how fast I was going, officer. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. You weren't paying attention. Well, I was. I was paying attention.
Okay, and I saw you going 75 and a 45.
Yeah, so, now can you explain the beer and weed?
Well, it's Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like partying.
Yeah. I get that. I had to work tonight.
Yeah.
Well, why do you think I should let you go? Come on, why do you think I should let you go? You're like, I'm on the spot, dude. You'd be on the spot then, too. I'm giving you training.
I know.
You should be preparing.
I should be. Aren't you the guy that I saw creeping around of my gym teacher's bedroom window?
You're free to go.
Thank you.
All right. I only have... Let me do this real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
This is like a few of a few of a few.
I only have one question left.
And it's got 14
and
different
14
things?
parts.
Holy shite.
This one is kind of a segment inside of a segment. This one's called Have You Ever or Never?
Oh, okay.
Have you ever or never? So either yes, you've done this, or no, you've not done this. Okay. First one. Have you ever or never been to a triple X-rated movie theater?
Never.
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 Have you ever or never... I'm not going to say that every time. Gotten totally naked in a public restroom for whatever reason?
Totally naked?
Totally naked for whatever reason.
No.
We're not going to judge.
No.
No. You've never gotten totally naked in a public
totally
restroom?
naked. I've always had shoes on. Or socks.
Always had shoes. Ah, yeah.
I'm just being honest.
Yeah, you can elaborate on the answers. I love it. All right, next one. Have you ever farted in a grocery store? And if yes, in what aisle?
Oh, yes, and probably all of them.
All of them. Crop dust
one
from one
point
to
or
the
another.
next.
I'm not scared.
Not scared at all.
I blame it on the old lady that's standing over there, looking at denture cream.
All right.
Man, lady, the Depends are over there, okay? Go get a new one.
It's not me.
Wasn't me.
All right. Have you ever peed or barfed in a gas station parking lot after a night at the bar?
Yes.
Yes, me too.
Yes.
Even one time it wasn't even after the bar. I was coming home from Cedar Point.
Ah.
I was just sick from Cedar Point.
The Raptor will do that to you.
Yeah. It was Iron Dragon. I was weak. No, I was kidding.
Oh.
As a kid riding your bike, have you ever ridden the bike with the spiked pedals and no shoes?
Yes.
Yes.
I wasn't. Yeah.
Jacked up your shins at some point, didn't you?
No.
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 Lucky you.
Not gonna lie though, it did kind of hurt. I remember we used to do it when we were like running back from swimming. Like when we were at a friend's house swimming, and we had to like run home or go home to do something. You just had to go home. You're wet. You couldn't put your stuff on. So, yep, done that.
Nice. Have you ever or never watched somebody undressing without them knowing you could see them?
No, that's creepy.
Yes, that's creepy.
That's creepy.
I'm glad that was a good answer. Because we're in close proximity.
Yeah.
There's a bathroom over there.
Right. But I still have my socks on.
Have you ever or never rented pornos from Family Video?
Never.
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 I think it's weird and creepy that Family Video has the pornos.
Yes.
Should be just at a regular place.
Yep.
It says shady videos.
Videos you watch with your shades down.
Right. Have you ever or never spent a lot of time and energy cooking yourself something to eat, only to drop it on the floor and getting super bummed and you weren't able to eat it?
Yes.
That sucks. Next question. Have you ever dropped something on the floor that you spent a lot of time and energy cooking and you got super bummed, picked it up and ate it anyway?
No.
No? Come on. I didn't say you dropped it on a mud puddle or out in the street. On your clean kitchen floor. You spent all that time, just a chicken breast, you dropped it. You're like, No? All right.
Just saying.
Have you ever or never danced with the devil by the pale moonlight?
Every night I go to bed next to my wife.
Wow. Have you ever or have you never been a dick just because you could for no reason at all?
I'd be a liar if I said I didn't.
All right.
So yes, I have.
Hurt yourself doing something to impress a chick?
Hurt myself? No.
Hurt yourself doing something your parents told you not to do?
Oh, yeah.
And last one. Have you ever or have you never pulled the hole in the popcorn bucket trick on a date?
The what?
The hole in the popcorn bucket trick on a date.
I'm going to have to say never because I don't know what that means.
Oh, come on. You don't know what that means?
I am being 100% honest with you. What is...
You put a hole in the bottom of the popcorn bucket.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
And then you tell her to keep eating and eating.
No,
and
man.
eating. Eventually, she grabs a handful.
Dude, here's how I roll, dude. I just pull the pesci. Okay?
Pull the pesci.
I just
sit
pull
down
the
and go
pesci.
straight to business. Just get straight to it.
Yeah, is that right? Uh-huh.
All right. Well, that has been just a few questions.
That's just how D-Unit rolls.
All right, everybody, I do want to thank you for joining me this week for the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space. It is all out of time. That's right. I got to get out of here. I'm beaming you back aboard. But, hey, stick around because an hour left of me live broadcasting for you. It's called To Serve Man. It's a cookbook. You provide the recipe, an hour-long request show right after this. So go nowhere. You're listening to Alien X Radio.
This is flight number 914 from Earth to our planet. We will be taking off in 3 minutes.
Mr. Chambers,